With the release of yet another trailer for the upcoming Spider-Man game by Insomniac at E3 2017, there is plenty of speculation to go around. However, I believe that I have dug deeper than anyone else, and I plan to prove it by showing the Easter eggs and references that I found in this trailer and what that means for this game when it comes out in 2018. Now bear with me, I'll breeze through the easy stuff in the beginning and get to the more important information towards the end. First and foremost, we have Wilson Fisk, also known as the Kingpin, who, confirmed by the developer, was put in prison earlier in this game by Spider-Man himself. You can also get a great look at Spider-Man's mechanical web shooters on his wrist. The numbers on the helicopter, AMFN15, correlate with Amazing Fantasy issue number 15, which is where we first saw Spider-Man. The Daily Bugle, where Peter Parker works as a photographer of Spider-Man. Here we get a glimpse of an Osborn for Mayor billboard, which could either refer to Norman Osborn or Harry Osborn of Oscorp Industries, who also turned out to be the Green Goblin and Hobgoblin, respectively, Harry Osborn being Peter Parker's best friend. And of course, we got a glimpse at Miles Morales at the end of the trailer. Okay, so this is where it gets interesting. This is Yuri Watanabe, whose alter ego is the Wraith, a New York vigilante. Yuri is an NYPD captain and supporter of Spider-Man. They have worked together in the comics to bring down the likes of the Magia, the Inner Demons, and the Goblin Nation. These are the three crime syndicates that control all of New York City. The Magia is your standard run-of-the-mill crime boss family. Kingpin has worked hard to unite these families in the Magia, and now they work for him. The Inner Demons are the criminal gang ruled by Mr. Negative. The main antagonist so far in the Spider-Man trailers, Mr. Negative is a separate persona of Martin Lee. Martin Lee is a philanthropist behind the New York City soup kitchen aptly named Feast. Aunt May volunteers at Feast, which is why Spider-Man refers to Mr. Negative solely as Martin Lee and is so surprised by his sudden change of demeanor. After being chemically experimented on by the Magia, Martin Lee and two others walked away with superpowers. The three would later become Cloak, Dagger, and Mr. Negative. Now out for revenge, Mr. Negative and the Inner Demons want to take out the Magia. And finally, we have Goblin Nation, comprised of henchmen working for the Goblin King to take down Spider-Man. The Goblin King's alter ego is Philip Ben Urich, nephew of Ben Urich, who we have seen recently on the Netflix Marvel shows. After accidentally ingesting the Goblin gas at Oscorp, the Goblin King then took to a life of crime. Philip Urich works for the Daily Bugle alongside Peter Parker. All three of these crime syndicates are always fighting each other for a bigger piece of the Big Apple. And now that the Kingpin is in prison, his territory is up for grabs by Mr. Negative and the Goblin King, leaving me to believe that there will also be a guest appearance in this game by the Goblin King himself, although it has been unannounced. This might be altered because, as mentioned before, Osborn is running for mayor, which means that in this universe, the Goblin Nation could be ruled by the Green Goblin. Something that needs to be mentioned is that the majority of the conflict between Spider-Man and these three criminal gangs takes place during the Superior Spider-Man run in the comics, where Peter Parker's body was taken over by Dr. Otto Octavius, otherwise known as Doc Ock. The twist here could be that we are actually playing as a Superior Spider-Man, and it isn't fleshed out until the final act where Doc Ock is proven to be the main antagonist. We will have to wait for more information. This is a long stretch, but stay with me. The numbers on the box here could correlate with the Amazing Spider-Man issue 258, where Spider-Man first learns of the dangers of his new black symbiote-infected suit, which would be a direct correlation to Venom. Not only that, but later in the trailer on the electrical box attached to the helicopter, you see the numbers 6009. So when I googled Spider-Man 6009, I came across this French website from 2006 that sold Spider-Man figurines. After I translated the text on the screen, it was revealed that this section presents the most beautiful figurines dedicated to Venom, Spider-Man, and symbiotes in general. Another clue to the inclusion of the symbiote that presented itself as the villainous Venom, although this could all be a coincidence. All in all, I hope to see Venom, Doc Ock, Mr. Negative, Kingpin, Wraith, and the Goblin King in 2018 when this game arrives. Thank you for watching. My name is Tony of the Underpaid Gamers. If you liked this video, consider subscribing, as I have done multiple news updates for this game. Thank you for watching. I'll talk at you later.